Rudy Giuliani did an interview with Newsmax this past week where he effectively made his legal problems in Georgia so much worse. But not his criminal legal problems, right? He didn't make his criminal trial and the charges against him from Fannie Willis. He didn't do anything to touch that stuff. The problem he made worse is the defamation lawsuit that was filed against him by two Georgia election workers, Freeman and Shay Moss. Because during this Newsmax interview, Rudy Giuliani once again appeared to defame these two women. They're already suing you for defamation, and now you're out there on Newsmax, a real media outlet, spreading more lies about them. That wasn't smart. Now, before I read you what Giuliani said, it's important to remember that on August 30th, the judge overseeing this case, Judge Beryl Howell, she issued a ruling that basically says Giuliani did it. Okay, so we're still going to have a trial, but we've already determined that, yes, he defamed these women, so the trial is only going to be to determine how much he has to pay them. So Giuliani's mad about that. Like, he's already lost it, and he's going to have to pay money, starting with about $100,000 worth of their legal fees, and then the amount's going to go way up from there. So here is what Giuliani said on Newsmax about these two women. The case brought by those two women in Atlanta that threw people out and counted the ballots in private in violation of Georgia law. They're being represented by a Wall Street law firm called Wilkie Farr that is a multi-billion-dollar law firm, and I don't think you get out of that law firm without paying $1 million legal fee. They've probably run up about $8 to $10 million of legal fees. I doubt that these two defendants are paying it. In fact, I have every reason to believe it's being paid for by organizations that are paying for similar cases against Trump lawyers. Their interest is not in the case. Their interest is the process. In other words, they want to punish you by process. Okay, so you made multiple statements there that are actionable. The first one is, you said they broke the law. So you are predetermining their guilt, and you're effectively calling them criminals. Without charges filed against them and without a conviction against them, that is defamation. You cannot say that. Just like I can't call somebody a criminal if they were not convicted. I will get sued for that. And Giuliani just made that very strong implication that they broke the law in Georgia. That's one. Number two, you said they threw people out. That's a lie. That didn't happen. You said they counted the ballots in private. Well, you've pretty much already admitted that that was a lie because you've also accused these women by using videotapes of them counting the ballots. So your own idiotic talking points already refuted that lie that you just told. So there's three possibly actionable statements from Giuliani in that one quote. That's one quote. And there's three statements that could be actionable. Two that are definitely actionable. You know, throwing people out, counting the ballots in private, definitely actionable. The other one, that's a little more iffy, but if they wanted to, they could. So here's what these women could do. They can file an amendment to their lawsuit, which may undo the summary judgment that they've already received. But if not, that will just add on to the amount that Rudy Giuliani has to pay them. And that's probably why he's pissed. So no matter how this happens, these statements from Giuliani this past week are going to result in him writing a much bigger check to these women. And it could result in him having to pay even more legal fees if they decide to file a separate defamation case based on these new statements, which they could also do. So no matter which way you slice it, Giuliani's screwed. And I love the fact that he's like, you know, they're probably getting other people to pay for their legal fees. Oh, really? Like you didn't just have a fundraiser up at Bedminster in New York with Donald Trump to raise money for, get this, your legal fees? You're really going to sit there and act like somebody else paying somebody else's legal fees is a problem when you're literally begging Trump to do that for you, you scumbag? So I can't even with these people sometimes. Like, it's absolutely hilarious, the level of hypocrisy that they don't even see. Their brains can't process it. But that's what we're dealing with in Giuliani. He's scared. He's gonna have to pay out a lot of money, and he deserves every second of this discomfort. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share, but again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.